First topic I have today, I'm dealing with teamwork and teams, really. This is something I don't know about this person, so I'm really interested in knowing, for our next speaker, this person's favorite sports team, and if the speaker does not have his favorite sports team, why not, and tell us about that. So Arnie Bus, who is your favorite sports team?
My favorite sports team. That's kind of a hard one because being close to San Francisco, it's natural to be a 49ers fan, but I gotta say, as good a coach as he was, I just could not get on board with the style of Harbaugh and his branding and that. I don't see that as a way of building teams. I'm kind of more of a Phil Jackson kind of guy, you know, the zen of teamwork and none of this sort of yelling and Vince Lombardi kind of pounding into your face type of stuff. Why? Because I think that in this country we become far too sports crazy at too young an age. I was reading about high school football players who died either in practice or in games, and that's just not right. And my family's from Texas, and in Texas they are just crazy about football. And so from a little age, it is this professional thing. And it seems to me that sports at that age, when you're a child, ought to be about fun. They ought to be about learning teamwork, but they don't seem to teach that. What they teach is they teach a ridiculous amount of ultra competitiveness, which I think young children really don't need. They don't teach teamwork, they teach beating the other guy. And so my favorite teams are the ones in which they don't do that. I remember one of the things that I liked about youth soccer was that they had this less, you know, they encouraged skills and they encouraged giving your best and trying your best, but they didn't encourage winning at all costs. And you could see that in the way that the parents were on the side of the game. And when there was one time when we played a team and the parents on the other side of the team were screamers and they're yelling at their kids and they're berating them up and down, and it was just a terrible experience. Most of the time it wasn't that way. So for me, sports is about building that teamwork. And so my favorite teams are the ones that do that, not the ones that have this ridiculous amount of beratement. Mr. Tabletop.